So you've tried out a bunch of different ligatures and you've decided to go with the Bonade Traditional, a great choice. But it comes in silver, nickel, and gold plating. What do you choose? Let's find out. What's going on, everybody? Sam here with the Candid Clarinetist. Today we are talking all about the Bonade Traditional Ligature. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you get alerts as soon as new videos are available. I've been posting content about every 2 weeks, and I'm really excited to do some stuff coming up, so make sure you're subscribed. Today we're talking about ligatures, and specifically the Bonade Traditional Ligature. These ligatures have been a staple for clarinet players for years and years and years. People just love them. And in particular because they're pretty inexpensive. I mean, you can get a nickel-plated Bonade ligature for less than $20, which is a really, really great deal. You don't have to worry about breaking an expensive $100, $200 ligature. You can just use this until it kind of dies, and then you just go and you get another one, which is really, really great. It's one of the biggest benefits to them. Now, one thing is that these ligatures come in different platings. So there's the silver plating, the regular nickel plating, and then also a gold plating. As far as I know, the only company that's still producing gold-plated Bonade ligatures is Taplin & Weir in Canada. So if you're interested in a gold-plated Bonade, make sure to contact them. I'll leave a link in the description below. Let's go through the benefits of the Bonade Traditional Ligature. First, it's incredibly free-blowing. People love these ligatures because they're really, really easy to play, really easy to articulate. Secondly, as I already mentioned, they're pretty inexpensive, so even if you break one or drop one or step on one, it's easy to get a replacement. Now, one of the biggest downsides to this ligature is that it slips off the mouthpiece. And we've all been in that situation where we have to switch clarinets quickly, and we try to take our mouthpiece off, and all of a sudden the ligature slips, and all of a sudden we miss our solo. So that to me is a big, big negative of this ligature. As you can see here, what I did with my nickel-plated ligature is actually scored the inside of the ligature, and the scoring sort of helps to keep it stuck to the mouthpiece when you have to get in the situations where you're changing clarinets quickly, and that's really, really important. Now, I will say that the ligature slipping isn't as big of a deal with the more precious metals, so if you get the gold or silver version, you'll have a better time with keeping the ligature on your instrument when you try to switch between A clarinet and B flat clarinet. Another downside of this ligature is that it's kind of inconsistent. No two of these are going to be exactly alike. And the other problem with this is you actually have to shape the ligature, because when you get it, it kind of comes in like a rounded shape and it doesn't really fit your mouthpiece. A lot of different contact points will contact the reed that you don't want them to contact the reed. The only 2 points that you want contacting the reed are the 2 rails in the middle, and you can see here these rails. So with that in mind, you're going to need to shape this ligature yourself or have someone do it. So when you're looking to buy one of these Bonade ligatures, my recommendation, because they are so inconsistent, would be to get a batch of them. So get 3 or 4 that you can try out, see which ones you like, and then pick from there. Maybe choose 2, have one for the backup, just in case something goes wrong. I always like to have duplicates of all my equipment, just so I'm ready to go in case, I drop something or somebody steps on something. I've seen it all, so make sure you have a duplicate, and they're pretty cheap, so it's not too hard to get a duplicate of them. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the different ligatures with the different platings, and I want you to tell me in the comments which one you prefer. As always, I'm going to keep it super simple. Everything else is going to remain the same, so I'm playing on my Buffet Tosca clarinet with Hadash 67mm barrel and my trusty BD4 traditional regular non-13 series mouthpiece with a 3.5 Van Doren Blue Box reed. Here we go. in my opinion, they are pretty different. But I think for me, actually, the nickel-plated is the most comfortable to play on. For me, it's the most free-blowing. It eliminates some of those higher overtones that I feel like are undesirable in a clarinet tone. And like I said before, it's really inexpensive, so the nickel is really a good place to start. If I were to rank the next level down, I would say probably the gold. I enjoy the gold. It has a really interesting color to it, really nice articulation. It's a nice ligature. And like I said before, Taplin and Weir in Canada, those are the people that are making these gold ligatures. So if you're interested in a gold-plated one, make sure to contact them. My least favorite of all the metals is the silver. And I don't really know why. I just feel like it's kind of in between the gold and the nickel-plated. But for me, it accentuates a lot of those higher overtones that I talked about that are pretty undesirable in my opinion. So I'd either go with the nickel or the gold if you have your choice. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. As always, happy practicing.